Hi, I'm Genevieve Lowry and welcome to today's DIY. Today's DIY Child Life is going to be about blood drawing. Somebody had asked a question recently about trying to create a doll that you could actually draw blood from. So I sort of toyed around with some ideas about putting the tubing inside, threading it inside the doll so that there was a way that you could have the hub sticking out and creating a mechanism that way, until I remembered that there's this doll called a water baby. Now it makes her kind of cool, and what I purposely initially bought her for was that she's all made of rubber, which is, as we know, really hard to find sometimes. So she's made of all plastic, which makes her easier to wash and clean, but she's also, you can fill her up with water through this little thing in the back. And I happened to fill her up with colored water, and I colored that water obviously red so that I could demonstrate blood drawing to a child. So one of the things that I like to do when I do that is to go through each and every step. And at each and every step, I like to address not only the senses and the sensations that a child is feeling, but also talking to them about different ways that how do they normally cope, or how do they make themselves feel safe and comfortable at times when they feel anxious or nervous, or when they think something might be painful or hurt. How do they help themselves feel safer and more comfortable? And kids might say things like, I take deep breaths, or I hold my mom or dad's hand, and those are all things that they're already familiar with that you can then incorporate into your preparation as you go through each step, and then reminding them of how they can utilize that to help themselves and empower them to feel safer and more comfortable during a potentially painful procedure. This also gives you the opportunity to talk about different positions for comfort, whether they want to sit up on their own, on their mom or dad's lap, whether they want to sit back to chest or facing their mom or dad in a comfort hold. So you can demonstrate that, and then also demonstrating for them during it how to maybe blow on a pinwheel, blow some bubbles, sing a song. And these are all things that you can incorporate so that when you actually do the needle insertion, you're encouraging the child to either do it if it is a child old enough to use an actual needle, or have that child hold the doll in the position and be the coach for the baby, so they get to really encourage the baby and support the doll while you're counting to 3, 1, 2, 3, and inserting that needle. Which hopefully we can actually get, there we go, get some blood in there. All right, see how that happens? See how that works? And this can also lead to a really good conversation about why the doctor needs to look at the blood, where does the blood go, what they use it for, how blood is made in the body. It all kind of depends on the rationale for why they're taking blood from the child in the first place. So that can actually really help you to lead to a really good conversation about the reason behind why they're taking blood, or how blood is made and where it comes from. Then you can take the needle out, and that can lead to a good conversation also, or clearing up a misconception for children about that the body is an amazing machine and it just closes right up that hole. Put a Band-Aid over the doll, and letting the child know that the body can heal itself from that needle. And that's the end of our blood draw. So thank you very much for coming to today's DIY, and I hope to see you next time.